Hey, this is part 2 of a 3-part video series. All 3 parts are uploaded and links are in the description. Part 2. Why all the Fire Emblem characters are most likely coming back in Smash for Switch. And if not at launch, then probably a DLC. Here's why I think all the Fire Emblem characters in Smash 4 are going to come back in Smash for Switch. I literally need to stop repeating everything I say. Pretty much everyone says that some of them are going to get cut. However, I think that probably won't be the case. However, I could be totally wrong on this. If not all of them are going to be in the base game, then probably a DLC later on. And it's not so much that I think all the Fire Emblem characters are returning, more so that I think every character in Smash 4 will be in Smash Switch. People think a lot of the characters are going to get cut because A, they think Smash Switch is a brand new game, not an enhanced port. Which I already covered my thoughts on that whole situation in this video, so I'm not going to repeat it here. And B, because people look at things from the perspective of a game player and not a game designer, or in other words, a game consumer, not a game producer. Game consumers look at series relevance and prominence and sales numbers when they think of who's going to get cut. However, game producers, at least the good ones, try to make a game that will please the most people that will play their game. So looking at this from the perspective of a game designer, I have these points.
Point 1. Everyone is played by someone.
As a game developer, if you're making the next game in a series, you generally want to please everyone who played the previous game in the series. And now, more than ever before, every character is mained by someone, even the clones. And it's disappointing to the player to not have one of your favorite characters return in the sequel. Not necessarily too disappointing to not buy the sequel, but veterans are easy to implement. So why wouldn't you bring back as many as possible? And I said this in part 1 of this series, but again, there aren't quote-unquote character slots. Removing a Smash 4 veteran wouldn't make room for a newcomer in Smash for Switch. They can both just be in the game.
Part 2. A lot goes into each character.
As a game developer of a fighting game sequel, you want the next game in the series to seem bigger and better than the previous one, especially in terms of the roster. In addition, each new character takes months to make. A lot goes into each character. It's not just, special moves, smash attacks, call it a day guys, let's clock out early. And if there's one thing that game players love to forget, it's that game design is hard and takes a long time. For each Smash Bros. Character, you gotta render the model close to the source material, but also in line with the rest of the art design of Smash Bros. You gotta make idle animation, walk animation, dash animation, jump and double jump, landing animation, fall speed, fast fall speed, weight value, damage formulas, hitboxes, sound effects, and voice clips for jab, jab combo, forward tilt, up tilt, down tilt, forward smash, up smash, down smash, charge frames for each of those, neutral aerial, up aerial, down aerial, forward aerial, back aerial, standard special, down special, side special, up special, and how much height they should gain from each of it. Oh, and if any of these moves charge up or shoot projectiles, do whatever the fuck this is, you gotta render and program all of that, and you gotta program grab and pummel, have animations and knockback distances for up throw, back throw, forward throw, down throw. You gotta have some moves combo into those, but not all the moves, and not at every percent. And also shield and animation, forward roll, back roll, spot dodge, getting hit animation, spinning in air animation, a final smash, body positions for holding, wielding, and throwing items, hot curry animation, multiple trophies, trophy descriptions, trophies of other characters from that series, and if their series doesn't already have a stage, they're probably getting one of them too, complete with stage design, music, background, and all sorts of other elements that make it unique. 3 victory animations, clapping animations from when you lose, classic mode complete video, a frickin' amiibo. Captain, don't eat the amiibo!
Point 3. Smash rosters always grow, not shrink.
I know there's a bunch of moveset stuff that I forgot in point 2, but I think you get the point. Each character takes months to create and balance, and each game launches with more characters than were available in the previous one. So if you're a game designer and you want your next game in the series to have as many characters as the previous one, if not more, it would be much easier and faster to just bring everyone back and then add more stuff on top of that. You have limited resources and a limited amount of time, so why not reapply the man hours previously spent on the previous game and bring back the previous characters to buff up the roster?
Point 4. Smash is its own series and preserves gaming history.
While Smash Bros. Collects most of its content from other game series, Smash Bros. Is a series unto itself. Once you're in Smash Bros., you're a Smash Bros. Character. And a great thing about Smash Bros. Is that it gives characters who may not get another chance in their own series another life. You think people would give a crap about characters such as Ness, Sheik, Lucas, or Shulk nearly as much if they weren't in Smash Bros? People wouldn't give a shit about Sheik if Sheik wasn't in Melee and one of the best characters. Sheik keeps coming back because Sheik is a Smash Bros. Character. And going back to Fire Emblem, since Fire Emblem games feature a new cast every game, this goes doubly for them. Roy is probably the worst lord in all of Fire Emblem. He has garbage stats, no personality, and doesn't even promote until right before the end of the game. But he's also one of the most popular lords because of his appearance in Melee.
Point 5! Change up the clones!
Unpopular opinion, I actually like clones in Smash Bros. They're easy to implement and are generally added in at the end of development to buff up the roster, so they're basically free extra characters. And it can be really interesting to see how slight differences to a character's attributes can play vastly differently. Just look at the debate between Fox and Falco in Melee. And in the past, there hasn't been a single character that was cut just for the sake of being cut, not even the clones. It's only happened because being replaced, being an intentionally weak joke character, technical limitations, licensing issues, or just being kinda weird. I'm going back to clones. A clone isn't cut because it's a clone. Look at Ganondorf, Falco, and young Link. And going from Melee to Brawl, they were given some uniqueness while still keeping them similar enough to not alienate those who were previously played them. So they could do that with the 2 Fire Emblem clones. They already pretty much did that with Roy when he was brought back as DLC in Smash 4. However, they could give him some ranged attacks like he has in his original game. With Lucina, something that she can canonically do that Marth couldn't do is use a lance after she promotes. I mean, granted, I guess you could reclass everyone to use any weapon in Awakening, so some of her sword moves can be switched out for some lance moves and javelins for projectile attacks. Potential newcomers for Fire Emblem in Part 3.
Hits in the crib, mom. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the pigs try to get at you, park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. If a nigga get an attitude. 2, pop it like it's